Los Angeles Chargers fans, pay close attention. This just happened, and it's already shaking up the entire fan base in Los Angeles and across the NFL. The team made decisions no one expected that could completely change the course of the season. These are bold, controversial moves, and they're already generating buzz around the league. So if you believe this could be the Bolts' turnaround year, like this now and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to reveal here will shock everyone. Take a deep breath, because today's news is one that will make your nerves shake. There's a major roster move, a possible trade that could directly impact Justin Herbert's offense. Let's break it down, because there's a lot of hot stuff to unpack, and you won't want to miss any details. Just imagine an experienced, fast, versatile wide receiver who could be just what Justin Herbert needs to breathe life into this passing attack. Yes, fans, we're talking about Khalif Raymond, who could be leaving the Detroit Lions and falling right into the lap of the Los Angeles Chargers. According to Bleacher Report, the Lions are considering putting Raymond on the trade block, as the emergence of young talents like Isaac Tesla and Dominic Lovett could leave him with limited roster space. Raymond, who entered the NFL as an undrafted rookie in 2016 after coming out of Holy Cross, has built his career demonstrating discipline and versatility, especially as a punt returner. At 31, he still has explosiveness and can deliver quality on both deep passes and impactful plays on special teams. However, the Lions seem willing to part with this talent if they receive a defensive piece or more offensive firepower in return. It's worth remembering that they already showed confidence in their young players by recently trading Tim Patrick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And where do the Chargers fit into this story? Simple. The team needs, and badly needs, more options. For Herbert, today, the quarterback relies on veteran Keenan Allen, who remains a monster on short routes, and the 2024 breakout star, Ladd McConkey, who has quickly become a reliable target. However, Quentin Johnston hasn't yet clicked, and even with the arrival of rookies Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith, the receiving core appears too fragile to handle a long season. That's where Raymond comes in as an immediate solution. He may not be the flashiest reinforcement on the market, but he would bring exactly what Jim Harbaugh's offense needs: depth and reliability. A player ready to contribute immediately without needing to adapt. Just imagine Herbert with Allen, McConkey, and Raymond on the same field. The opposing defense would have to work hard to defend them all. But of course, this raises a crucial question. To what extent is the Chargers front office willing to give up draft capital or even a defensive player to bring in Raymond? The move is risky, but it could be the difference in the quest for a consistent season. And if you think the tensions end there, just wait until you hear what's happening on the team's offensive line. As if the uncertainty in the receiving cores weren't enough, the Chargers have another reason for concern on the eve of their highly anticipated debut against the Chiefs. Right guard Mekhi Becton, a recent free agency signing expected to be a key player in the team's most challenging area in 2024, was added to the injury report at the last minute due to an illness. The detail that has fans even more anxious is that he's already listed as questionable for the season opener, a match to be played on Brazilian soil and already carrying a special decisive atmosphere. Before this bombshell dropped, the outlook was encouraging. The injury report was completely clean and exuded confidence. Running back Najee Harris, who had been dealing with an eye problem, and safety Elijah Molden with knee pain, had already been cleared and were ready for the matchup. The coaching staff and fans expected a strong start to the season, with no limitations on the starting lineup. However, the news about Becton turned everything upside down and brought back the feeling of insecurity that many fans hoped to leave behind in 2025. If the big man is unable to play, Plan B should be the entry of the versatile Jamari Salyer, a player who has already proven reliable for his ability to play at various positions on the line, both at guard and tackle. Salyer is a true wild card, but let's face it, the lineup would be weakened. The likely lineup, according to this week's practice sessions, would feature Joe Alt, Zion Johnson, Bradley Bozeman, Jamari Salyer, and Trey Pipkins. On paper, it's not exactly a disaster, but it's also far from the wall Jim Harbaugh envisioned to face such a powerful opponent as the Chiefs of Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones. And here lies the crux of the concern. Last season had already painfully exposed that the interior of the offensive line was one of the team's weakest links. Justin Herbert was under constant pressure, forced to release the ball faster than he would have liked, and in several situations had to improvise to avoid sacks. This problem not only limited the potential of the passing game, but also hampered the development of the ground game, leaving the offense predictable and easy to guard. Becton's arrival was celebrated precisely because it represented a chance to turn the page. He was seen as the piece that would bring stability, strength, and confidence to a much-criticized department in 2024. Now, with the possibility of him being sidelined in the opening game, the ghost of the past is once again looming. The question that hangs in the air is inevitable. Will Herbert return to carrying the offense alone under constant pressure without the protection he deserves? This uncertainty on the offensive line only adds to the pressure on another crucial decision. Who will be the team's #1 running back? Because let's be honest, if the offensive line isn't solid, both Najee Najee Harris and rookie Omarion Hampton will face enormous difficulties running against the Chiefs' physical and aggressive defense. And it's precisely this battle for the starting backfield spot that's generating intense debate and heightened anticipation among Chargers fans. If there's one question all Chargers fans are asking themselves ahead of the highly anticipated opener against the Chiefs in Brazil, it's who will be the team's #1 running back in 2025? And the answer, it seems, isn't yet clear even within the locker room. The question has become one of the most talked about topics of the week, generating anxiety, heated debate, and even divisions among fans who see merit in both top candidates. On one side is veteran Najee Harris, a former Pittsburgh Steelers player who carries an impressive record. He has never missed a game in the NFL and has an incredible 68 consecutive starts. His consistency and durability are rare qualities in the league, and that's precisely why the Los Angeles Chargers took a chance on him. Harris has the experience necessary to anchor a running game that has fluctuated significantly in recent years, often leaving Justin Herbert saddled with the responsibility of carrying the offense alone. He represents security, confidence, and a track record that inspires respect. On the other side, however, is a new addition that is shaking up fan expectations. Rookie Omarion Hampton, selected in the 2025 draft. Young, explosive, possessing impressive physical strength and contagious energy, Hampton is already being touted by many as the future of the position in Los Angeles. His aggressive style and ability to break tackles brings something the Chargers' offense has been lacking: unpredictability and surprise. For much of the week, everything indicated that Jim Harbaugh would maintain tradition and hand the starting job to veteran Harris. But then a twist occurred. Renowned journalist Rich Eisen revealed on his show that Harbaugh himself had confided that Hampton might be the one to start the game against the Chiefs. If this is indeed true, it will be a milestone in Harris's career, as he would have to come off the bench in an NFL game for the first time, something unthinkable until recently. Still, it's important to emphasize, under Harbaugh, the starting role may not carry as much weight as it seems. The coach has already made it clear that he plans to implement a run-heavy offense, with an even split of snaps and plenty of rotation between the two running backs. In other words, both Harris and Hampton will have plenty of opportunities to show their worth and impact the game, regardless of who starts the game in the backfield. But of course, fan curiosity is inevitable. Seeing a seasoned veteran potentially lose out to a rookie right in his debut sparks passionate debate, fuels controversy, and further heightens anticipation for this matchup. And this isn't just any matchup. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes' Chiefs, right in the season opener, in front of an international crowd in Brazil, with the eyes of the entire world on this matchup. All of this, along with the possible arrival of Raymond to bolster the wide receivers, the offensive line issues with Mekhi Becton, and now this intense battle for the starting right tackle position, makes the Chargers' 2025 debut a veritable cauldron of emotions. The team arrives full of doubts, it's true, but also full of opportunities to surprise and show that it can create a new story this season.